I trusted him with everything, my money, my hopes, our dad's big day, $10,000. Gone in a single lie from my brother, the golden child who could do no wrong. Now, I'm standing in the wreckage of a party that's more funeral than celebration. It started 3 months ago, when Dad turned 65. He'd always been the glue of our family, the quiet man who worked double shifts to keep us fed, who never complained even when Mom left us high and dry. My brother, Ethan, the charming one with a smile that could sell sand in a desert, suggested a grand party to honor him. "Let's make it unforgettable." "Sam," he said, his eyes gleaming with that infectious enthusiasm I'd always envied. "I'm the younger one, the practical one, the one who's been bailing Ethan out since we were kids, whether it was covering his gambling debts or lying to Dad about his late-night adventures. But this time, he swore it was different. I'll handle everything," he promised. "Just give me the money, and I'll make Dad proud." I should have known better. Ethan's promises were like cheap fireworks, bright for a second, then nothing but smoke. I handed over 10 grand, every cent I'd saved from 2 years of overtime at the garage. It was meant for Dad's dream party, a classy venue, live music, a spread of his favorite foods, steak, mashed potatoes, and that pecan pie he loved. Ethan painted a picture so vivid I could see Dad's face lighting up, his tired eyes finally sparkling with joy. "Trust me," Ethan said. I did. God help me. I did. The day of the party, I pulled up to the venue, a rundown community hall on the edge of town. Not the elegant ballroom Ethan had described. The parking lot was a mess of beer cans and cigarette butts, and the air smelled like regret. My stomach churned as I stepped inside. The scene hit me like a punch tables covered in cheap plastic tablecloths, half-eaten trays of dollar store chips, and a Bluetooth speaker blaring some generic pop song. No band, no steak, no pecan pie, just a room full of strangers, half of them drunk, yelling over each other like it was a frat house kegger. In the corner, Dad sat alone, nursing a warm beer, his face a mask of quiet disappointment. My heart sank. This wasn't a party, it was a disaster. "Where's Ethan?" I muttered. Scanning the room, I found him by the bar, laughing with a group of guys I'd never seen before. His arm around a woman in a sequined dress that screamed trouble. He was in his element, the king of his own little world. While Dad's big day crumbled around him, I stormed over, my hands shaking. "Ethan, what the hell is this?" I demanded, my voice cutting through the noise. He turned, that smug grin plastered on his face. "Relax. Sam, it's a party. People are having fun." Fun, I wanted to scream. I pointed to Dad, who was now staring at the floor. His shoulders slumped. "Does he look like he's having fun? Where's the money?" "Ethan, the 10 grand I gave you." His grin faltered, but only for a second. "It's all here, man. Venue, food, drinks cost more than you think." He gestured vaguely at the chaos around us. "You gotta loosen up. Dad's fine." "Fine," I snapped. "He's miserable, and you know it." I grabbed his arm, pulling him away from his entourage. "What did you do with the money?" Ethan yanked his arm free, his eyes narrowing. "Don't start with me. Sam, you always act like you're better than me. I did this for Dad. Maybe it's not your kind of party, but it's what he deserves." I couldn't believe it. The gall. The lies. It was Ethan in a nutshell. I spent the next hour piecing it together, talking to the bartender, the caterer, even the sketchy guy running the sound system. Ethan had pocketed most of the money, blowing it on God knows what, probably his latest gambling spree or some get-rich-quick scheme. The venue was rented for pennies, the food was cheap, and the guests were mostly his buddies, not Dad's friends or family. He'd turned Dad's milestone into a scam, and I'd funded it. I went back to Dad, my chest tight with guilt. "I'm sorry," I said, sitting beside him. "This was supposed to be special." He looked at me, his eyes soft but tired. "It's not your fault. Sam, you always try to fix things. Ethan, he's just Ethan." His voice cracked, and I realized he wasn't just disappointed in the party. He was heartbroken over his son, over both of us. Maybe. I'd been so focused on Ethan's betrayal that I hadn't seen how much it hurt Dad to watch his boys fall apart. That night, I drove Dad home, the silence between us heavier than ever. I kept replaying Ethan's smirk, his excuses, the way he'd twisted my trust into a weapon. But more than that, I kept seeing Dad's face, the way he'd tried to smile for my sake. I wanted to confront Ethan, to demand answers. But what was the point? He'd always been the golden child mom's favorite. Dad's pride, the one who could talk his way out of anything. I was the one left cleaning up his messes. And this time, the mess was our family. The next morning, I called Ethan. We need to talk. I said, my voice steady despite the anger bubbling inside. He showed up at my apartment, looking like he hadn't slept, his charm replaced by a defensive scowl. What now? Sam, you gonna lecture me again? No. I said, I want the truth. What did you do with the money? He hesitated, then admitted he'd borrowed most of it for a sure thing at the casino. He swore he'd pay me back, but his promises were as empty as the party. I didn't yell. I didn't fight. I just looked at him, my brother, and realized I didn't. What's your take? Was Sam too harsh on Ethan, or was Ethan's betrayal unforgivable? Share your thoughts on who's right or wrong.